Hello, this is Candy Lee Burgess. In this lesson, I'm going to share some ideas how to practice pentatonic scales and soloing using a backing track. I have my CBG set up and tuned in open G, D, G, B, D, low to high, just like in the lessons on CD5. Now, in the key of G, the 5-note pentatonic scale contains notes G, B, C, D, F, and then back to G. Think of these as target notes. Notes that you might rely on heavily to get that typical blues sound. Notes that fall in between these notes are called passing tones, mainly because you're going to use them as steps in between your target notes. To find these passing tones, look towards the G major scale. Also, remember the big picture too. The chromatic scale contains all the notes starting and ending on G. When you play a lick that contains a lot of movement through the chromatic scale, they call this a chromatic run. I began this video with a simple repetitive lick. This is the pentatonic scale played in the open position. I played the same lick over the chord changes to illustrate a point that a single pentatonic lick can be very versatile. Note that even though the backing track hasn't changed, by changing to a different lick, the whole mood of the song changes. Then by changing back to the original lick, the mood changes back again. So if you create a bunch of different licks that complement the backing track, you can mix them up and create a lot of interest. See, it's important to understand these pentatonic scale notes are all over the fingerboard. Scale patterns are useful initially for learning note locations, but don't get trapped in those box patterns. I think it's better to know what notes you are playing rather than going blindly from pattern to pattern. I suggest this because you'll begin to see how these scales work together with chords and double stops. You really want to visualize the big picture on the fingerboard. Also, keep your ideas simple. They're usually stronger and pack a bigger punch for the listener. Blues often relies on playing less notes to say more. In regards to singing, try to create a lick or run that answers the lyrics, a call and response. Now, be forewarned, playing against a backing track can be very addicting. It's easy to see an hour or more fly by in a blink of an eye. So, enjoy your practice.